Dear distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a nice lunch. This is Tony Choi, World Friends Planning and Coordination Team, and I will be the MC for the afternoon sessions. So we are about halfway through the forum and have 2 more exciting sessions ahead of us. So in the session 3, entitled Best Practices and Lessons from Public-Private Partnership between Asian VIOs to Achieve the SDGs, 2 presentations will be made by 2 distinguished speakers, Ms. Jae-ran Song, Assistant Manager of CSRTim of Samsung Electronics, followed by Mr. Daun Chung, Director of Paulus. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome Ms. Jae-ran Song to the stage, who will talk about corporate partnership with KOICA. Please give her a big round of applause.
Good afternoon. This is Jae-ran Song from CSRTim in Samsung Electronics. It's my big honor to be in front of you and to talk about our project together with KOICA and Samsung Electronics. I would like to introduce about our project in Uzbekistan. So I briefly talk about our Samsung CSR activities, and then I will explain about employee volunteer program in Samsung Electronics, and then I will go through in detail about EVP Uzbekistan project in 2014 and 15 together with KOICA, and then the changes in Uzbekistan. So as a global leading IT company, we are trying to do a lot of variety global CSR activities, focusing on education, employment, and community, and health and medical. And the employees in the Samsung Electronics, about 30% are doing the volunteer activities actually. And the average volunteering time per person in a year is 9.9 hours, which is quite a big time, we think. Among those CSR activities, we have this employee volunteer program. And so to talk about our ABP program, we started our ABP program from 2010. We are dispatching the employee volunteers to the developing countries. And we started from Africa, like Senegal, Ethiopia, and Zambia. And we expanded to Southeast Asia, Central Asia, and South America from 2013. And first time we started with improving the facilities in the sites, like fixing the toilet, etc. But then we improved and we developed our activities, our volunteer activities, that we can do better with our skills and technology. So we started to do the education volunteer too. So nowadays we do the ICT, IT education, and even we are doing the software education during the EBP program. So we have dispatched 1,121 volunteers until now, and this year again we are dispatching another 200 volunteers to 8 countries. So now I want to talk about the EBP program, especially together that we did together with KOICA in Uzbekistan for 2014 and 15. So in Uzbekistan in 2014 and 15, we dispatched 30 volunteers in each year, and we taught software education. We did software education to 120 students in Tashkent University of Information and Technology, which is kind of KAIST in Uzbekistan. It's quite a big project, but could we do this project by ourselves? We just have the small Samsung office in Uzbekistan. Yes, I want to talk about our strong partnership between Samsung, KOICA, and Uzbekistan government and TUIT. In TUIT, the university, which is the best university in Central Asia in ICT field, there was a member of KOICA in TUIT, and he knew and he heard from TUIT that TUIT wanted to get the software education, more advanced software education that is more focused on practical exercise and which is more newest trend. Because like the students in the TUIT, they learn how to code, but they didn't have computers. So they just did code. They just did the coding by writing on the paper, not with the computers. And they didn't have access to some newest trend. So the KOICA member knew these needs from TUIT. And we, Samsung, also had these needs to do this volunteer program to do something that we can do better. We had software engineers who is really making the software for like Galaxy smartphones, the real products. They can, and they know the newest trend. But we didn't have network in the Uzbekistan. We wanted to do it, and they are very willing to do this volunteer too. They are very willing to teach the students who can become future software engineers. So the KOICA knew that those needs from TUIT and Samsung, and so KOICA linked us together. So Samsung designed the curriculums and the curriculums and what we can teach, and the KOICA did the consulting, so that can be more suitable for the TUIT students, because KOICA knew that what's the level of the TUIT students. And of course, there was a big support from the TUIT, the president of TUIT. So we thought that this is like a really best partnership, because Samsung has technology and the resources, and the KOICA, Samsung has these resources, and KOICA, who is on the very front line of in ODA, and who knows the most and the best about the site. So we thought that this is our best partnership. So like I said, there was no computer for the computer science department in TUIT. So they were computer science department, but with no computers. So we actually built a new whole perfect IT lab with the computers, 3D printers, etc. And we also taught them the software education, which really reflected some newest trend. So we taught them how to make mobile application, Arduino, 3D game, how to make how to do the 3D printing. And for the sustainability, we also gave some lectures to the professors about the newest trend. So you see the picture? So students are doing Arduino here, and they can actually see how their program actually work out from the hardware. And this one, so our volunteer is teaching drone to the students. And in this picture, so students are actually doing the car racing with the Arduino. And so they are programming here, and these are our volunteers and the students in KOICA. And they also made the mobile application for the subway map. And on the last day, like the final day on the ABP program, we had the ICT conference, inviting all the important people about this ICT development in Uzbekistan. So, like my Minister of Information and Technology, President of KOICA, of course, President of Samsung, and President of KOICA, etc. And the students also did some presentation about what they have learned, what they got inspiration from our class. And also our volunteers did kind of a lecture about the ICT newest trend. After we leave, KOICA and Samsung Uzbekistan office had software competition in Uzbekistan, in Tashkent in 2014 and 15. So even though we left after the EVP program, the Samsung employees, they did the judge and they did the evaluation for the arts for the program that the students made from Korea. And in 2014, there was also KOICA member as a judge. And after the competition, Samsung Uzbekistan office sponsored the reward for the top winners. There was big change in the KOICA actually after we left after EVP. So the students made their own software clubs in their university, and they said it's the first club in the university. So they studied software day and night in the IT lab that we made. And after this software club, they actually did this software exhibition in 2015. And in this exhibition, there were also the important people came. And the Minister of Information and Technology came and see and told the IT colleges that IT college students who is in the ICT department, they should come and see because the program that they made are outstanding. And even the President Karimov in Uzbekistan told that there should be this kind of many software clubs so that they can make software. They can make many software startups. So we think that there was quite big impact in Uzbekistan, especially in ICT field. So KOICA said that the students became more self-confident about their dreams, that they can be software engineers, that they know about the newest trend in the country. And also they made software clubs, they have this software competition and software exhibition. So KOICA said that there is really a good impact in their university and the country. But we also had, Samsung also could get the positive impacts from this project. Samsung could also improve our image, brand image in the country. We could improve the relationship between the Samsung Uzbekistan office and the government in Uzbekistan. And we also developed a new model of CSR activities. And the KOICA also said that they could improve new model of ODA together with public and private. We don't think that this kind of good impact we can make by ourselves. We could make this impact because there was this strong and good partnerships. So since we have only 0 minutes, I would like to say that again, that we really appreciate the partnership between us, KOICA and World Friends Korea and Samsung. And we would like to keep this relationship and partnership together and make a maybe more bigger, great project together. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation, Ms. Jae-ran Song. Then thank you for all your efforts in partnering with KOICA. The next presentation will be made by Mr. Da-woon Jung, Director of Paulus, who oversaw Cinema Paradise project undertaken by Megabox and KOICA jointly. Well, he's already there, but let us welcome him with a big hand.
Hello, my name is Da-hoon Chung. I'm a director of Paulus. We are a social venture specialized in media production, media empowerment, and education. I used to work in Megabox. I quit now, but I used to work in Megabox, and I was in charge of promotion and videos. And I'm here speaking today because I think I was the only one who spoke English, so they invited me to come. All right, so what is Cinema Paradiso? Cinema Paradiso is a CSR project by Megabox, which is partnered with KOICA, and also KITA, which is Korean International Trade Association. And what we do is we provide mobile theaters, movie theaters, to developing countries who have limit to culture and education and entertainment. So our 3 goals are entertainment, education, and community. I'll be talking the details later on. So this was an early sketch of what we wanted to do. Hey, we should go, to faraway countries where they can't watch movies, and let's show them movies. That was our early sketch, and a couple of years later, this is what we did. So our first idea became a reality. This is Ethiopia, 2015. All right, so I'm going to talk about our partnership. Our partnership is mainly it started with Megabox and KOICA. And Megabox I'm going to say R because I used to work at Megabox. Our Megabox, what we do is we plan the whole Cinema Paradiso, and we promote it. We make promotional contents, videos, documentaries, commercials, and also we provide them with movies, with the copyrights and animations. At KOICA, they're in charge of operation managers. They're the people in the front row, doing the actual running the show. So we can't do this without KOICA, obviously, because for a private organization, it's not easy to spend a lot of money and spend a lot of manpower on projects that doesn't benefit financially, obviously. So it's not easy for us to send people abroad for long periods of time to do the things we want to do, to help other people. So through these partnerships, we can help society, help the people in need with our small resources we have, and through helping each other, it can become a much larger project and sustainable project. And KITA provides us with movie contents with subtitles, obviously, because we show Korean movies and we're going to show them in foreign countries. All right, this is a group photo. I'm standing right in the middle, sitting in the front over there. So what's the effect of this partnership? Like I said before, it allows the private companies to take part in a sustainable global CSR project with lower requirement of financial resources and manpower. Also, we get the support of the official Korean government. It's no longer just a small project of Megabox, it's a large project which is supported by the Korean government, which enables other companies and other people to join in because they think it's more important. So it makes the project itself be bigger. Also for KOICA, they are provided with movie contents and animation contents, otherwise it would have been harder to come up with. So they're provided with a lot of contents, and they get support from professional projectionists, support from people who know the movie business, and also diversity in promotional channels. We get to promote our project through movie theater commercials, promotional videos, social media. Because promotion is also very important. We need to let the people know what we're doing so they can support what we're doing. So they can, so they need to know where their tax money is all going to. So currently, Cinema Paradiso is it presented movies to over 15,000 people, to 8 different countries, and through over 100 screenings. This is as of April, from what I remember. So we went all around the globe, Central America, Africa, Asia, Middle East, and we provided with various movies. All right, former UN Secretary General, he said, I quote, "A community spirit flourishes where thousands assemble to watch a film." So Cinema Paradiso is not just about showing movies. I mean, that's what we do, it's the medium, but it's not just about showing movies. It's about building a community. And I'm going to get into that a bit later, after showing this video. 영상 틀어주세요.
I think movies have great impact on children. They shape their futures, they shape their present life. Everything they see, everything they do, it depends on their visual activities.
عسرة إنشا هنديتها المعنى بقى عوي سكرين خيمتي بقى بتعب دس إنك أكرسك بقى بتعبت هنت دس
بقى تحبسوس كقول زي خالي مخناتو خازي قد مخازلا رأينا نور أفيلمي ولدي ونور بقى قول على معنا بنورنا ولد بس يوم تأكلون ترتب 5 سنة بحال خيمة.
It's an opportunity to see other people, to see other cultures. It was like the mother who gets a present for her son on the holiday.
감사합니다. So what do we do with these communities? What's the purpose of these communities? I'll give you an example of the Asian countries, because we don't have time. First, Nepal. We nicknamed it the world's highest movie theater, and you can see the Himalayas in the background over there. I don't know if it's too bright. In Nepal, it's over 2/3 of the nation is mountainous and hilly. Therefore, it's very limited for people to go to different areas. It's very limited for children to go to amusement parks or schools with higher education or movie theaters for that matter. So most of the people that we reach out to have never seen a movie before in their lives. One of the kids even said, "That's the first time I saw the ocean. It was through a movie screen." And also it was recently hit by a major earthquake. So what do we do? How can we help these people? Like I said, the movie itself is just a medium. Through the movie theater, people gather. Community is made. And through that community, we do medical examinations. The KOICA workers, volunteers do medical examinations. Education such as sex ed, sanitation, hygiene, environment, anti-violence campaigns, even how to do evacuation procedures because of the earthquake. Also, they do additional activities like plays and sports. And so this is like the schedules and what they do. Now I'm going to move on to Jordan because we have another person who's going to talk about Nepal later on. In Jordan is actually more developed than most other developing countries. So why are we there? Well, Jordan is the land of refugees. And currently, about 60% of the people that are living there are refugees. And so we focus on the Zatari camp where 90,000 Syrians are living inside a fenced wall. And among the 90,000, 60% of the people are children. And they've lived there for about 4 or 5 years now. And most of the kids have never seen the outside world. So they are very, very limited to education, to higher education, to entertainment, and various things that all of us can always, every day achieve. So Jordan's Cinema Paradiso team, they focus on performances like concerts, traditional Korean dance, sing-along, outdoor games, and they even film the people there, and then they make it into a little movie, and they show the movie of themselves. So this is a little schedule. And I could relate to this personally because I grew up in Jordan when I was a kid. And well, it's kind of different now because everyone has smartphones. But back when I was a kid, there was literally nothing to do. And the only source of entertainment I remember I had when I was a kid was I had a digital watch. I would set the timer to an alarm. I would look away from my watch and I would count, I would guess what time the alarm would ring. That was like literally the only source of entertainment I had for about, that's what I remember. All right, so Kofi Annan also says, the ability of films to communicate crucial information about landmines and other hazards can also save lives. He's talking about through movies you could teach people important information, not just landmines, but maybe HIV and equal rights. So that's how we connect this to SDGs. Among the 17 SDGs, there's not a single section for culture or entertainment, so we have to focus more on quality education. And among the quality education SDG 4, it says, including among others, through education for sustainable development and sustainable lifestyles, human rights, gender equality, etc., etc. So these are the things we could show through SDG 4. And indirectly, we could touch the subjects on gender equality, sanitation, community equality, and such others through the Cinema Paradiso. So, to have a sustainable development goal, for development we have Cinema Paradiso with movies, programs, activities, and the goals are to create a community, to give them entertainment, and to educate them through gender equality and whatnot. But how do you make it sustainable? Now this is a key question. How does this become a sustainable program that actually helps the community? It's not just a one-time event or a one-time project. And we came up with the idea of media empowerment. Basically, it's media literacy education in new media era. It's teaching the locals media so they could tell their own voice. No longer do we have to, people from across the globe, go all the way there and tell stories about people that we've never heard of. These people, they could tell their own stories now through media empowerment. And that's how it becomes a sustainable project. And even UNESCO says, as future media practitioners, students need to access, understand, use, and share needed information to promote sustainable development. So an example is our company, Paulus. We went to Tanzania a couple months ago, where we explore and engage media together, and then we tell stories of one another. They tell their own stories, and we all create that into their own stories. So we produce media, and then they make it, and we screen it, and we talk about it. It was a very short project, but we saw the possibilities of media empowerment where they could tell their own stories for the first time, especially with smartphones. No longer do they need expensive cameras, expensive computers, expensive programs. You just need a smartphone, and you could do all of that anywhere in the world. That's why media empowerment is so much more powerful today than before. Like, you know, the Jasmine Revolution, how it changed history in a couple of countries, especially in the Middle East. So our hope for our future is to expand. We're going to go to Myanmar and Sri Lanka this year, and to create more video productions with not only subtitles but also dubbing, because a lot of countries are illiterate. And like I said, media empowerment, to educate the people there so they could make their own movies and show their movies through Cinema Paradiso. So they could watch their own movies and tell their own voice. And I'm going to wrap it up with, this is a similar project, Film Aid. And it was started because after a war, a lot of refugees they were in complete boredom and hopelessness. And so the people who were around there saw a chance to help them by showing movies and empowering them with videos so they could tell their own stories. And they partnered with various different organizations. So that's the importance of partnership. Is we can never, like Samsung said, we can't do it by ourselves. No one can do it by ourselves. It's not easy. Everyone's a professional in one aspect, but if you all work together, then you get professionals from all different aspects, and you get the resource of manpower and financial aid. Thank you. That's it.
Well, thank you for the presentation. That was an abrupt stop, but that was really good presentation, I think. Impressive project between Megabox and KOICA, and I hope this cooperation project can go on and be expanded going forward. Now it is the time for panel discussion and Q&A from the floor. Before this, I want to welcome distinguished panelists to the stage, Ms. Jae-ran Song and Mr. Da-Woon Chung, and Sung-Soo Ju, a professor of Graduate School of Public Policy at Hanyang University, and Dr. Thein Gi, West Yangon Technological University in Myanmar, and Mr. Ramesh Kantapaudel, Chief of Nepal Red Cross Society Regional Blood Transfusion Center. Please give them a big round of applause.
Good afternoon. I'm Song Soo-ju, a professor at Hanyang University, Seoul. We have two presenters and two panelists and myself together on the stage. Well, we had wonderful movie-like presentations from two presenters, Samsung Electronics and Mega박с. And I would like to ask questions to each of them. People that I know you audience have some questions on the presentation, but before that, the Q&A time, I would like to have two panelists present their own ideas and remarks on the presentations. First presenter will be Dr. Froder. Mr. Froder. Yeah, you have a PPT presentation paper. Yeah, so maybe you can stand and have your time. Taking 10 minutes will be fine with you. Thank you.
Namaste, good afternoon. My name is Ramesh Paudel. I work in Nepal Red Cross Society as a volunteer organization, international volunteer organization, and blood centers since 27 years to now. Our overview of KOICA Nepal volunteer advisor programs. 20 to 30 KOICA volunteers are dispatched on annual basis in Nepal. Dispatched based on the official request made by Government of Nepal. Procedures are designed by Nepal government. Nepal Red Cross Society Chiton is first organized in Nepal where KOICA volunteer has been dispatched for the first time. This my office has KOICA volunteer dispatched in first time in Nepal. KOICA volunteer in Nepal are working in the area of health sector, education sector, IT sector, social welfare sector, and community and development staff sector में. Each KOICA volunteer can implement a skill project worth of $50,000 for the recipient organizations. If need-based, KOICA volunteer gives $50,000 support for community. Involvement in collaboration activities with other volunteers. KOICA volunteer involved with other overseas volunteers like JICA. Also Nepal have many volunteer organizations work now. JICA, Peace Corps, American, BSA, CECI, in collaboration, and other also volunteer also, UN volunteer also. Activities in different districts. List of KOICA volunteer in Nepal until now. Health sector 148, education sector 144, industry energy section 32, agriculture and forestry section 31, public administration 22. This is a 5 years data. This is a 377. Now this year data is a Baglung district Nepal. This is a map of Nepal. You know, Baglung 5 KOICA volunteer, Kaski, Pokhara 5 volunteer, Dhading 2, Nuwakot 4, Kathmandu 5, Kabre 2, and Chiton is my city. District area 3 KOICA volunteer work on Rupendehi. Already Megabox project presentation he clearly also impact of Nepal. Megabox collaboration Nepal Himalaya Cinema Paradise. These are to see local area, remote area, to Megabox project jointly organized by KOICA and community. Objective of the Megabox collaboration programs to provide various opportunity regarding dream and hope to the children of needy region of Nepal. To provide cultural exchange to the community by showing various culture and education movies. Megabox collaboration, Himalaya Cinema Paradise, time period, this 5 month, beneficiary children and community people from culturally deprived region of Nepal. Total amount budget is 13,000, near about 14,000 US dollar. Expected outcome, culture promotion, provide culture exchange within the community people, provide new vision and culture knowledge to the children. Total number of beneficiary, 2,300, satisfaction rate is 80%. Place, the 2 place. Volunteer involved in the Himalaya Cinema Paradise, computer education sectors, early childhood education sector, nursing sector. This is a photo. Photo are also clear vision. Also Megabox collaboration, Himalaya Cinema Paradise, the preparation photo. Megabox collaboration, Himalaya Cinema Paradise, planning to 2016. Tentative plan. Cinema Paradise was planned in the following ways: time period, 6 months. A place, a remote area, Baglung, Kaski, Dharing, Nuakot, Chiton, Rupindi are all remote area. Total 10 volunteers was expected to be participate from KOICA. Objective of the program, the provide cultural exchange and spread knowledge about Korean culture and culturally disadvantaged regions, to provide various education via a mobile showcase of mobile, promote the activities of KOICA through Megabox. The photo, activities detail volunteer participating in Cinema Paradise was expected to provide educational camp in one of the topics like psychological violence, hygiene, education, medicine. Cinema Paradise 2 was conducted. This is already briefing. Picture of this already briefing Baglung. This is also Pokhara and Baglung photo. Same to on Earth Day, KOICA volunteer spread awareness regarding various environmental problems of Nepal, recycling method, hygienic. KOICA volunteer also prepared using the story of Dolma's dreams to teach the importance of cleaning. The photo. This is my office. The KOICA Nepal director came and we are welcome. This is the same photo. My office visited the KOICA Nepal country director and volunteer manager. This is a welcome photo. This is a KOICA volunteer also project launch, and then a handover ceremony photo. She also worked in my office. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Paulus. Thank you for your detailed discussion presentation on the Cinema Paradise. Mr. Chung, I will give you a chance to comment on the Mr. Paulus' presentation later. Yeah, after the Professor G's presentation. It's now your turn, and she will give us some information on the Samsung Electronic and KOICA project presentation. And you have about 10 minutes. Okay? Thank you.
Very good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank the KOICA and JICA organization for giving the chance to be here in the first KOICA-JICA Forum. In this session, I would like to discuss about I would like to share in my knowledge of the Myanmar KOICA volunteer experience and a successful project collaborated with the Samsung and then KOICA and our government. There was an agreement between KOICA and then the Myanmar government in the 1997. After the 1997, since 1998 to the 2015, totally the 336 war fronts volunteer contributing to our country. As all you know, Myanmar is one of the developing countries in the 10 Asian countries. So we need a lot of the international help and volunteer system. In the 2016, totally the 72 war fronts volunteer are working in our country in such the ministries of the education, ministries of the healthcare, ministries of the forestry, and ministry of agri, and so on. We can see the three types of the volunteer in my country, especially the general volunteer and the advisor and then the dream volunteer. Here I would like to differentiate a little bit between the three types of volunteer. The general volunteer, they contribute, they can by leading the departments or the laboratory development, leading the practical work improvement, and they can share their knowledge. They promoted the creative thinking for our people by using their experience. The advisor level is normally the senior people, so they are very rich the experience of the. Especially in the Korean knowledge, they could review our system design and then the guide the curriculum and the redesign of the workshop planning and supports some departments target. And lastly, the dream volunteer. Dream volunteer are very young people, such as age of the 20s or younger than the 20s. So they can share only their housing knowledge to our society. Anyhow, we are welcome all types of volunteers from the KOICA and as well as JICA. I am director of the West Yangon Technological University. Here, I like to introduce a bit. In our country, we have totally 157 university. Because of we are still the developing country, so we are lacking of the lab facility and then the lab equipment, and also we are facing the very high student and teachers ratio. So we plan to call the request volunteer from the KOICA and JICA since 2012. For us, for WYTU, we send the request letter to our ministry through by the ministries of the national planning and then the KOICA head office in Korea. So during this time, the 2013 to the 2015, the KOICA head office and the 2 advisor and then the 2 general volunteer and the 4 dream volunteer to my university there. So because of their effort there, we 2 laboratories, small laboratories can be open, one for the civil engineering, one for the electrical engineering. And also we can do a lot of the activities, and then we can share a lot of the knowledge there. I agree to say that by their continuous efforts now our university became the ISO certificate, 9001-2008 certifications there. And another successful story is in not my university, but the same another ministries of the education. Universities of the Computer Study in Yangon. This is one of the volunteers. I remember his name, Mr. Dr. Shin. He worked hard for this university. And then he tried to collaborate the Samsung Electronics, one of the global leading companies, and also very famous in our country as well. So their collaboration is to get the digital library for the Computer Study University, where studying the 5,000 computer engineering students are there. So the first they collaborated, the KOICA supported about 50,000 US dollar, and then the KOICA supported the 35,000 US dollar, and then the university budget bear about 16,000 US dollar. So totally the 102,000 US dollar. So in the digital libraries, it included the 3 main parts. One is the to construct the digital library, and then second, to renovate the reading multi-purpose reading room. That is the automating library. So because of the digital benefits, the students get many benefits such as free digital textbooks, and then the lecture and lecturer also the enhanced teaching and learning system by using the digital library. And digital library includes the e-books and also the virtual study slides, lecture slides, educational video, quiz, exercises and assignment and tutorial tests, and so many functions. So His Excellency Deputy Minister and then the Director General, attend to handover ceremony of the digital library and then the digital information system. We are satisfied very much for the development of Myanmar IT resources, and then more than the 3,000 students are using such digital libraries in the Universities of Study and Computer Study in Yangon. And also, we are saying that not only the teachers but also students, we are happy in the new environment of the educational environment. As Samsung Myanmar, the volunteer group also now training the people to get the software, to qualify the software engineering. So the benefits is so much on the developing countries. So we hope such kind of the volunteering systems from JICA and KOICA, all we welcome. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor Z. You provide us general information about the KOICA and JICA volunteering in Myanmar, and especially on Samsung and KOICA project. Thank you so much. Now it's time for us to hear a response from the two presenters. Before that, I would like to ask one question each to the presenters. First, to Jaran Song, could you tell us? I think Samsung has a plan to continue and expand the employee volunteering programs in Uzbekistan, Myanmar, and other countries. Could you tell us your company's future plan about this?
So we are also dispatching volunteers to Uzbekistan this year too. But for the sustainability, I think that not just only us, but all the TUIT and Samsung and KOICA should co-work. And so TUIT has now their ownership by themselves, and they are operating the software competition and software exhibition. And Samsung office keep sponsoring the software competition as well. And then they started to do the Samsung Service Academy as a CSR activities. CSR activities, which is to teach the skills how to fix computers so that the students can be employed in the company, like including Samsung and other companies. So they started this CSR activities too, and we are also trying to expand this software education volunteer program to other countries. And this year we are also dispatching volunteers to Myanmar as well. And there's Yangon University, and we are going to do this software education program as a EVP program in Yangon University as well. Yes. So for the sustainability, we keep talking to the subsidiaries, like the office in Samsung office, so that they can maintain the activities in the site. We deliver how to do the volunteer in the site. And we are also, we need some KOICA's help to support.
Okay, thank you for kind information about the Samsung Electronics future plan. And Mr. Chung, we would like to see more people watching Paradise movies. So how we can expand this kind of impact of the watching movies in the remote areas in the developing countries? What about an idea? I got an idea of setting up a kind of social enterprise to run kind of movie business in host countries. Your company is ready to assist those people in host countries to have business opportunities to learn movies. Yeah. Social enterprise things? Or?
Before I talk about the business plans we're talking about, I'd like to talk about the impact of movies. For us, for Koreans, or I don't know, maybe for Japanese too, who lived in cities, movies is a source of entertainment. It's an everyday thing. It's something we do to watch a movie, to watch with your family or girlfriend. But for some people that, when we show it in developing countries, it's the first time for them to see the outside world. It's not just a simple source of entertainment. It's for them to dream higher, dream bigger, and to imagine their futures. And that's why we really focus on this movie aspect. And like I said, it's not just about the movies, it's also about the people who come to watch the movies who become communities, so they could all dream together. And to make this sustainable, which will continue on to the question you asked, is that because this project is not tangible, you can't calculate it. You can't be like, hey, we showed a movie to 10,000 people. All right, show me the results. There's nothing to show. We can't just bring a survey of people saying, hey, I like the movie. It doesn't work that way. That's why it's hard for us, especially when we were in Megabox, to make the stakeholders, our boss, basically understand why we have to fund this project. Even maybe for the KOICA perspective. People, they need to build buildings. They need to send doctors. Why are we spending money and time to show movies to people? That's what they might think. But this is not a short-term, I was talking about it during lunch. This is not a short-term project. If these children, they make communities now, maybe 10 years from now, 20 years from now, it might impact them in other ways that buildings or medical support might not have been able to. So we think this is a very important issue, even though we can't calculate it. And therefore, but to make it pure, to take out the distortion of the current media of what we portray. We've all seen the videos of starving African children, drinking water from sewer pipes. We've all seen those videos, but is that really all of Africa? Is that really all of the developing countries? There's a lot of happiness, there's a lot of families, there's a lot of positive sides also going on. And to show that side, they need to tell their own stories. It's very limited for Koreans, for me, because the video we just showed you was a video that we made, but it's very limited for us to tell their true stories, what they really want to say. So to do that, I'll conclude with the media empowerment we're talking about. We're actually working with KOICA right now, actually, not Megabox, a different company, to build media schools in Tanzania right now. They're building it right now, and we're teaching them how to make smaller radio stations and online YouTube channels, so they could portray their own stories. We're teaching them how to, make videos, so they could tell their own stories, so they can impact their own countries, so they could tell the other countries what help they need, what they need. So that's our ultimate goal. Thank you.
Thank you. We are happy to hear both of them talking about the sustainability and long-term impact. Those are very important keywords in pursuing the sustainability goals. Well, now it's time for you, the audience in the floor, since we have only 10 minutes, so you may have questions on presentations. So why don't you raise your hands and you can ask questions directly to the presenters. Okay, 3 of them over there. English only, no Koreans. Please.
At first, I would like to thank you for impressive presentation by two different speakers. And let me introduce myself at first. I'm Jiun Kim from KOICA, and I believe that private-public partnership can be a very effective way to raise effectiveness of ODA project. But for me, to be honest, I think there is kind of challenge between in terms of CSR and PPP, because there is two different players, like public and partner have different priorities. I think that is the biggest challenge. For example, KOICA might be put a better life of people in partner countries at first. And second, at the same time, also KOICA also think that PPP can be a good way to strengthen the diplomatic relationship between Korea and our partner countries. But in the side of the public sector, maybe they might think that their top priority is to have a good image and to get more positive customer preference through CSR project, right? So did you have this kind of challenge when you are having a project like the Cinema Paradiso and the Samsung project? Or if you have this kind of challenge, how did you deal with it? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. It's a very good question. I had the same question, so I wrote a thesis paper on it, which I sent in this morning. So I had no sleep yesterday. Sorry for looking tired. It's not easy, to be honest, doing PPP, private-public partnership between companies and government organizations. It's not easy. I've worked at both. I worked in the Air Force Public Affairs Office, and I worked at a private company. And they are very different down to its very core. That's why it's very hard for both sides to work together. However, no matter the differences, through that partnership, the outcome, what we can do through that partnership is so much more bigger than what we could do by ourselves. I don't know about from the KOICA standpoint, from Megabox, it's definitely true. We can't do Cinema Paradiso without KOICA. And I also did a survey to a couple hundred people. I showed a test. I showed them the same movie, the same video I showed you today. At one side, I showed them a video without KOICA. I told them this is a standalone project with Megabox. And the other side, I showed them a video, same video, but with KOICA. And I surveyed, how do you feel about this project? And the funny thing is, the people that saw that Megabox working with KOICA said, I have more faith in this project. I believe this project is more sustainable because I don't think this is a one-time event by Megabox, just because of the fact that KOICA was working with Megabox. That's very important for Megabox because we don't want this to be a one-time project, if you know what I mean. We don't want this to be an image just to show, just in case if something bad happened to us, hey, no, look at this, we did this too. We want to actually help the world. I'm talking from Megabox's point of view right now, when I used to work there. And we talked about this a lot. And the whole purpose of this is to actually help the world. And there's no point if we're just spending thousands of dollars just to make a documentary to show off to the people and use it all day long. We have dozens of these videos because you make a video every time you do it. And we started 3 years ago, and now we expanded to 10 different countries. So it's showing that it's actually helpful. And the interviews, I only showed you a couple of interviews today, but the people, it actually touches their lives. And I'm very personally close with the CSR, the guy who does this for Megabox, and he tells me it's not easy to work with KOICA. I'm not dissing KOICA right now, but it's not easy because we have different thoughts, we have different purposes. They have two completely different purposes, but he keeps on doing it because the result, he feels happiness through the result. Thank you.
So it takes time. Yeah, we have to wait. We got to be patient and to negotiate or make balance between government and business interest. These two may collide. Okay, it's conflict sometimes. Yeah. You have.
I also add some comments on his comments. yes, it's very hard to when it's conflicting about like what they need, like us, like the public and the private companies. But like he said, the outcome is different. Outcome is much bigger. So like even the KOICA members, they want to do some project, and sometimes they listen to their needs, but sometimes they can't meet because sometimes Samsung or the corporate, like private corporate, can meet the needs. So at that time, then we can do a project that the site really needs. Also, in Myanmar and Vietnam, we also did some partnership and did the EVP program together. And with in the Myanmar and Vietnam, the KOICA member wanted to do some projects like building e-library, digital library, but they have limited budget. But we had resources to do it, so we could make a real big project that's very successful. So yeah, even though it's very hard, we like the moderator said, we should be patient, and then we can make a bigger and more better project.
Okay, we have 5 more minutes, so we can have one more questions, please.
Hi, thank you for the beautiful lectures. My question is very simple. I just want to know the process of movie selection. Oh, sorry, it's for Mr. Jung.
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
I just want to know the process of movie selection. So you said you guys try to tackle the specific goals of SDGs when selecting movies, both directly and indirectly through the project, right? So I want to know the process, and like, do you consider like nationalities of movies? Like, do you usually show locals or Korean movies or any movies that matches the goals? So I just...
Okay, I'll give you a brief explanation. Movies are provided by Megabox and KITA, as I showed you. And also we have I don't know the English name, but we have an animation organization that provides like animations. We provide dozens of movies, and each country selects their own movie, which is right with their culture, obviously. And for Nepal, the media volunteer in Nepal, what she does is she shows a bunch of different movies to different groups of people. And then she surveys them and says, which movie was most interesting to you? Like college students, children. And then they tell her what movies were more interesting and more fitting for the Nepal community and the culture. So they choose those movies, and among those movies, the best collection they show. And some of the movies, because like I said, a lot of cultures, a lot of countries are illiterate. We show mostly Korean movies, but a lot of movies, they cannot understand the subtitles. So some movies we go through the process of dubbing. I think that's the word in English, dubbing. And the translation is done by the KOICA volunteers themselves. Them and the KOICA volunteers, they teach Korean in a lot of different countries. And the locals who learn the Korean, they work together with the KOICA volunteers to translate the movie into their own language, so they could dub it into their own language, so people who don't understand writing can understand, for children especially. And in cases of Jordan, they focus a lot of movies or short clips on musicals or animation, because they show a lot of videos to handicapped children. That's part of the project. So most of them don't understand the language anyways. And Arabic, as you know, is a very, very difficult language. So a lot of refugees who live in Jordan don't understand Jordan Arabic. They only know their own dialect. So they use a lot of movies that has no dialogue and just shows animations, like Larva, you know, Lava? It has no dialogue. So that's how they process through movies and videos.
Okay. Finally, I want to give chance to my panelist, Mr. Paulus. You can
Thank you, sir. I see many young sisters and brothers here, audience hall. So I heartily request to all young Korean sisters and brothers, please support, heartily to support KOICA, and to prepare go to the less developing country for the friendly support as humanity or humanity field as a volunteer. You know, volunteer is like a hero. Film actor hero, artificial hero, who work in the volunteer field, community field, to give positive result. So that is a real hero. If you want, who want to make hero, welcome to less developing country to work positive result. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Powder, and Professor Ji, and Mr. Chong, and Ms. Song. It's about time for us to close up this session. I'm happy to close this session just on time. Thank you so much.